Hey, welcome to Rolling Over, where we discuss our last session. If you haven't watched that video, go check out episode 5. Give us a like and subscribe because we really do appreciate it. And now getting down to
And then tell your
business.
friends too. Yeah,
What
because if you watch this first and then the episode, you'll be a little lost.
was last episode? What do you guys think?
I like the montages.
Yeah, the montages were good.
I think it's kind of the first time we've delved. We've done quite a bit of montage, but I think that's the first time we all kind of had our own, like, personal kind of montage that we built, and I kind of enjoy that part of it. I'm never great at roleplay, but
That's not true. That's not true.
I don't think Lily sounds like Ben, but that's all right.
What?
hey, let's not assume things.
Hey,
Okay?
hey, listen, listen.
You can role play and not do like voice.
Yeah, I know.
Voice.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you, in my head, I'm doing different voices for everybody, but they probably all sound the same.
There's a comedian I follow, and she's fucking hilarious, but she sounds like a 50-year-old Midwestern trucker. And then you see a picture of her, and she's this tiny little 100-pound Asian chick, but she sounds like this crazy trucker. So that's why I picture Lily. Like, she's a little Asian girl, but she's got a Midwestern.
Wait, I mean, Ben doesn't do a voice of an 18-year-old, teenage girl, but the way that he plays the character is spot on for
he has two daughters that can fucking
teenage.
I literally just mimic my 15-year-old.
He's channeling his kid.
Just always on the phone, scrolling through social media.
Bombastic side eye.
That's bombastic side eye. What is that?
I have no idea, but if I do something like cringy or something like that, they'll just say bombastic side eye. And then,
wow, I'm so old. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
My teenager just sits in his room and plays video games. That's all he does.
No, she's actually here now yelling at me about something.
Is there a list of things that you wanted us to discuss about?
So,
nope, but there is a mechanic we can do here, which is geek out during credits. At the end of the session, when the credits roll, go around the table. Each player can answer one or more of the following questions. How has the crew grown this session? Which character had the most meaningful interaction with your character this session? Which of the themes is under the most strain? If it collapses, what new aspect will show up in its place? So starting with Ben, we're just going to go through all three of these. How has the crew grown this session?
I feel like me and Talalik have gotten a little more bondy since we had the aquarium incident.
The shark incident.
Yeah. We have a little more in common than the other guys, and I even think Enkidu being less copy now than before kind of helped us kind of grow as a little unit.
Less copy?
Working as a team. Copy? Yeah, copy. Copy and paste.
She's more of an original now, as opposed to a copy?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so the mechanic behind this is you can recover a burnt crew power tag or mark attention on a crew theme. So you're going to mark the attention of the crew theme.
Let me pull up my things again.
Cool. Okay.
I don't know if we all got to do it.
Yeah.
Each one of you has to. Yeah.
I've done it on mine.
It's automatic.
Cool.
All right, and then let's see here. Which character had
usually pretty lone wolf, but
which character had the most meaningful interaction with your character this session? Which you already exclaimed was Talalik.
Yeah.
So on your character sheet, there is on the right side it says Lily Chow character card. Crew player character. Put in Talalik and put in the help. Put a 1 for the help. So now anytime you guys work together, You're not seeing that?
No.
You got your logos, your mythos, and then you got your clear over character card. And then where it says crew.
I see it now.
Yeah. So type in Tlaloc and help 1.
Yeah, I don't know how to spell that, so.
TLALOC.
Look.
I put too many letters in there. And that's
a
one
whole
help.
bunch of consonants.
Apparently, dyslexic.
TLALOC.
There. I changed it for you.
There you go.
Yeah. And so Tlaloc, you can do the same thing with Lily on yours.
Sweet.
Just so I don't have to do that when we get back. When we get to you.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, so then, Lily, which of your themes is under the most strain? If it collapses, what new aspect will show up in its place? Write down the answer under flip side on that theme's card. So currently, you don't really have any crack or fade on any of them, but
No. I'd say, if anything, maybe the Runaway Punk is kind of on the weakest one right now, because I keep having quite a bit of interactions of people who know who I am.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then flip the card. At the very bottom, it says, what does this mean for this theme to be lost? What will replace it? And so if you replace a logos, you have to replace it with a mythos, and vice versa. If you replace a mythos, you have to replace it with the logos. That'd be something you can think about and just type it in later.
Yeah, I'll have to think on that one.
Okay. So then we'll pop on over to Tlaloc, because there's less to do for you.
Sure.
How has the crew grown this session? We already kind of discussed that.
We all kind of, I mean, just between me and Lily, but then the whole group kind of worked together a bit to plan on how to get in here. We kind of figured out each other's strengths and weaknesses to do it. So that was pretty smart. I mean, it was a good team playing, I suppose.
Okay, so then we're going to mark another attention to it.
So,
and then the next question is, which of your themes is under the most strain? If it collapses, what new aspect will show up in its place?
Let's see, that I don't know. I don't actually know. Probably the wheeler and dealer one.
Yeah, that's what I was going to suggest, just because
Yeah,
that's more of the criminal aspect where you're trying to take down a crime family.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So you can go ahead and think on that and write it out. Then we'll cut over
What
to...
do I need to...
just
real quick, what am I writing?
What new aspect will show up if it's replaced? So it basically be a mythos. So we can think of that stuff within the week. We can kind of come up with something. Because I don't have the player's book with me right now. It's at the shop because I was reading stuff about it.
Sure.
But we can figure out another theme to put on there. Same with you, Ben, and everybody else. We'll figure it out in the next week. So that brings me to Joe. How has the crew grown this session?
I was going to mention, I think, was it the first time we used the crew theme card today? For a tag?
We've used it once before.
Yeah.
Okay.
We haven't used it very much, though.
Yeah, I think we should start using that again. Or eventually, or more, whatever, etc. I don't know. I guess we're kind of going by our, strengths and weaknesses. Not really necessarily that way, but how we knew to keep the young guys together and the old guys together. So we knew to kind of split off that way. And that's kind of working together.
Cool.
And yeah.
So we're going to mark the third attention to the all-seeing eye investigation. You guys can come up with a new power tag for the crew, or there's an improvement on the backside. And then once per
pretty good.
scene, you can recover a burnt crew power tag.
That's pretty good.
That's a pretty good one, yeah.
Yeah, that is pretty good.
You guys want to take that improvement?
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah,
pretty
that's
useful.
pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty useful.
So you have that improvement now on this card. And then, Joe, which character had the most meaningful interaction with your character this session? I think we all know which one it was.
Yeah.
It was Lily.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'll go ahead and put
Oh, we said-
Detective Enkidu on your character card with a help 1. So now anytime you guys do something together, you get a +1. And Enkidu, go ahead, or Greg, go ahead and put that on Enkidu's card. One at a time.
Yep.
Did you say you put that in, or yeah? You put
Yeah,
it
I
right
put it
there.
in on
Shit.
your
Never
card.
mind.
And then,
I got it.
which of your themes is under the most strain?
Like which ones are kind of burned or used the most, or
Well, like that you feel like you might lose because you're not giving it enough attention, or
let's see, probably man on a mission, maybe.
yeah, I was gonna say because you haven't really been there to do stuff within your congregation recently, and been focusing more on solving these crimes. So then we will figure out what it means if you lose this throughout the week. We'll put a discussion on Discord and kind of come up with something. So then we'll move to Detective Enkidu.
Hey,
How
that's
has
me.
how has the crew grown?
Yeah, like everybody said, like we really, I think we're playing to each other's strengths, and we work together to come up with a plan. And I think that's paid off to get us here without getting into a fight with any of the NPCs
Until now.
for now.
All right, so
For
then
now.
you have Job +1 for your meaningful interactions with the character. And then the most strain, since you only have one that has any kind of crack, which came from this episode, would be Precinct 23.
Wait,
So,
Precinct 23? I thought it was. Oh wait. No, I also have a crack on standard issue gear from when I got.
oh yeah. But
So
from this session, that's the most strain on you because you got a crack on this card this session.
okay. Oh, from
So,
this session. Okay.
yeah. So we'll have to think of something if this card is replaced, what it would mean and what you would get.
And it would go on.
The flip side
I
of
would get another.
Mythos.
Oh, I see. On the flip side of Mythos, or
No,
the
on the
flip
flip
side
side
of
of
this
this
one?
flip side of this card, down at the bottom, it says, "What does it mean for this theme to be lost? What theme would replace it?" And I have the book with all the themes on it in at the shop, which I said I'll post up a discussion of what you guys could take and all that sort of stuff. But I think
That would be.
that covers it for that mechanic of the game. So,
Okay.
anything else you guys want to discuss? You guys want to call it good for this episode?
That was a really cool mechanic because we leveled up our crew theme and got a pretty cool new mechanic. So that was really cool. We should have been doing that before.
Right?
I think it's kind of neat too because it's kind of behind the scenes leveling up, but if people need to like to follow that, they're gonna have to listen to this stuff as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Kind of
that's cool.
Kind of like having that. So it's less. So I like the like just random discussion stuff that we have, but also having this kind of meaningful connection to the actual thing. Nice.
Yeah. I agree. Very cool.
Well, at least we'll know if we ever run a full series of City of Mist. We'll know all the little shit to do.
Yeah, we'll have more of the quirks figured out, and
I like the idea that Casey's been kicking around with doing a fantasy theme, like almost like a Dungeons and Dragons or high fantasy version of this kind, using this kind of mechanics with like the cards and all that stuff. I like that.
be cool.
Yeah, maybe we'll run that as a season once I get everything flushed out.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Alrighty, guys. Well, that
Yeah,
calls it
'cause
for this episode. Sorry, Ben, I'm cutting you off. I want to get going.
No.
So,
Yeah.
calls it for this episode of Rolling Over.
Fuck you too.
Check out us on Curse of the Crimson Throne, Friday or Saturday. We'll figure out which day we're going to post it and let everybody know on our Instagram. In the meantime, don't forget to like and subscribe. And tell your friends.
And tell your friends.
And your mom.
And also your mom.
Specifically
And
your
have
mom.
your mom DM me.
But your mom is my friend, so.
And then have your mom DM Ben.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Have a good night. Take care.
All right.
Peace.